Chess is a decision-making game first and foremost. Anytime you look at the chessboard, you have to think about the possibilities, see what your opponent is trying to do, and weigh the consequences of one move against the next. It's not often in life that you are faced with making a decision every single moment, and then it might be a critical one at that, win or lose. But chess trains you to get used to that idea, that you will have consequential decisions to make in life. You'll have to be patient. You'll have to be concentrated, focused. Whatever you do in life, I think it really shapes tomorrow's leaders. People say I can't play chess, and I just look at them like, that's ridiculous. Well, I teach 5-year-olds and 6-year-olds, so you probably can learn how to play. I can teach anyone the game in 15 minutes, the rules at least. After that, it's just practice to see if you can get better. When you learn chess, it's all about learning a whole bunch of patterns that you will see happen time and time again in the game, combined with learning strategic approaches that will allow you or facilitate the decision-making process for moves. Because in the first phase of the game, it's a lot about what you've memorized, the setup you've memorized. The second phase is much more creative and jockeying and fighting for position. And the third phase is just about massive execution, getting it right, getting it done, playing precise moves. That combination of memory combined with creativity, combined with execution, is what really sets the greatest chess players apart. This position is known to chess as the Marshall Gambit. And what we've just done is just the beginning setup. All those moves I played are well known to theory, they've been played thousands of times all over the world. Like, I didn't do anything special just now. This position is extremely important because the next move White plays will dictate the direction of play. Usually White will bring the rook all the way back home like this, and then all of a sudden Black is attacking. Black's like brings pieces over in this direction, and Black starts to attack. White doesn't have any forces ready yet on this side. He has to bring it over. Meantime, these bishops are aimed at the king. This knight might get over there. Once this bishop comes out, the rooks will connect, and White has to be really ready in this position to know exactly what to do, or he'll get run over. The very first time this was played was by Frank Marshall. He was a great American champion. He played it against the world champion at the time, Jose Raul Capablanca. And Capablanca got caught by this. Marshall had actually prepared this opening for years, but to spring it on the right person. And he got it against like Capablanca. You know, he's just thinking he's gonna destroy him. Capablanca did not have this memorized because he had never seen it before. So he was just playing just blind. Capablanca figured out what to do at the board and won the game, which is just simply stunning. But it shows that even though Frank Marshall had prepared this position and memorized his moves, the great thinker in the world champion, Capablanca, was able to overcome memory and preparation and use his skill and understanding to actually defeat him. You have to always be on the lookout for your opponent. You have to always be trying to get in their mind. In chess, the opponent is more important than you are. At the highest level, the grandmasters are almost psychologists. They study their opponent's games. If I'm going to play a person, I'll get into a database. I'll look up all the history they have, their games. I might even want to know what they eat for breakfast, you know, just what they watch on TV, their general tendencies, because styles matter. What you might do in a given situation matters. And once you can get inside your opponent's head, that's half the battle. AI has transformed the way we play chess. At first, people thought that AI would destroy chess. Like, why would you play now? The computers are better than humans. What's the big deal? But in fact, they've only enhanced the game because humans want to play other humans. So we'll use any tool we can in preparing to crush my friend or fellow grandmaster. If I play a new move, my opponent is terrified because he's never seen it before or looked at it really closely, and he's thinking that I've used the computer to analyze it so deeply that any mistake he makes, he's gonna die. And I probably have done that. The thing though is that because your opponent has a computer too, he or she knows that your move is probably not earth-shattering because otherwise their computer would have told them that. And that infusion of AI into the chess preparation process has enriched it. It's made it that much more interesting. In some ways, it's diffused a lot because it's shown that a lot of things we thought were amazing just aren't. The computers are like, you can't do that. That's garbage. And so it's like, okay, we can't do that anymore. But it's also given us a new challenge, and that new challenge of how to merge man with machine, a human mind, with artificial intelligence in order to create an even better chess game. And that's where it's fascinating right now for us. Chess is 1,500 years old. It has been played in every culture, all over the world, and its fascination just continues to endure and capture new audiences all the time. So I was just one of his victims. I mean, it's just something that it's amazing about the game. It's the wonder of the pieces, the different things they can do, and then you get to play against someone and try to crush them. I teach at high school level, middle school level, and elementary school level, so I get to see how they love it, why they love it at every single stage. Kids think they're gonna win every single time they play. My kids think they're gonna beat me, and that's what they're bragging about. Yes, one day I'm gonna get you. I find that there's no one who will be terrible at chess if they just put some effort into it. But usually what people do is they play against friends and the friends win and they go, oh, I can't do this, and then they're done. But if they just tried and were a little bit more patient, then they would see that they'd learn some ideas and have a lot of fun doing it. You learn through failure when you play chess. No one plays perfect games, even the best players in the world. And that's empowering to know that you can make a mistake, you can study that mistake afterwards, own up to it, and then just get better from it. I played many games where I felt like I might die at any moment. I remember I played against a Georgian grandmaster, Georgi Hakishvili, and he played a magnificent move in the opening that I had not seen. And I ended up having this wild situation with my king having to move, and my pieces were like all hanging all over the place. And I really did not know whether or not I would win or lose that game. It felt like I was gonna get killed. But in the moment, I just kept throwing idea after idea at him. And it got so wild, it got so crazy that he couldn't figure everything out. And then he made a small mistake, and then I just pounced. And all of a sudden, I was attacking his pieces from all different directions, and I was just ripping his pawns off. And then I pushed my pawns down the board and completely smothered him. And to go from on your back, think you're gonna lose, it looks over, to fighting back, creating ideas, confusing your opponent, to then just walking in and demolishing your opponent and just like crushing him. I mean, there's nothing like that. And it just goes to show that with fortitude, with tenacity, with determination, you can overcome pretty much anything. And chess gives you that opportunity every single time you play. You missed the moment. You knew. The reason why I showed is because I knew you were missing it.